Breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
And breaking news we're following this morning. Investigators were on this scene until 3 o'clock this morning after a man was shot to death inside an apartment in Wake County. Who police detained and their relationship to the man.
And it's a little chillier this morning. Today's going to be a quiet day. We're starting in the 30s to 40s, but we do have a WRAL weather alert day for tomorrow. I'll walk you through it.
And with Thanksgiving tomorrow, millions of Americans are traveling today to get to their holiday destination. This is a live look inside RDU, where a record number of travelers are expected to pass through. And if you're up this early to get a start on your holiday destination, well, thanks for checking in with us. We'll get you started on your Wednesday morning. I'm Renee Chu.
And I'm Jeff Hogan. Good to have you along here. Boy, that airport had a festive feel to it, right? With the Christmas tree up and everything else.
Oh, decorations are up now.
You step outside, it has a festive feel to it as well. The chill is in the air. Elizabeth Gardner is in the WRAL Severe Weather Center.
It was a warm start yesterday, but we're back down into the 30s and 40s this morning, so the jackets and coats feel good. More festive looks across our area. This is downtown Raleigh, down Fayetteville Street. The beautiful tree there lit up in front of Memorial Auditorium. It is 42 degrees right now with a light wind out of the southwest at around 3 miles per hour. It is going to be a mild day today. Temperature 63. It's a little cooler than yesterday, but we do stay dry today. We'll see increasing clouds ahead of the system that arrives tomorrow that'll bring us the chance of severe storms. Today is going to be a fine day for travel. Tomorrow is a WRAL weather alert day. We have a level 1 risk for severe storms for most of the viewing area. Wind damage is possible, even if we don't have any wind damage. You know, all those inflatable decorations, you may want to pull those down. Just for tomorrow, it's likely to begin around 1 o'clock and end around 6 as it moves from west to east across our area. We'll kick things off early tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. We'll roll it through, and you can see maybe a quick sprinkle, isolated shower first thing in the morning. We're nice and dry, most likely all the way up until around lunchtime. And then by 1 o'clock, we start to see some showers moving into the southwestern portion of our area. And by 2 to 3 o'clock, we have a line of thunderstorms that develops. It moves on by 6 o'clock, and then a lingering shower behind it up until around 8 o'clock. So our hour-by-hour rain chances for tomorrow are definitely looking higher later in the day.
Elizabeth, thanks. A man is dead after shooting in Garner. Investigators remained at an apartment complex on Isner Lane until after 3 this morning. Nick Perlin is in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker at the Garner Police Department. Nick, police say the man's girlfriend has been detained.
Yeah, Renee, really extraordinary circumstances regarding this shooting that happened at around 10 last night. The person that was killed is a 44-year-old man, and police are saying he was shot and killed by his girlfriend. Now, I want to get you to this video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. Again, this is around 10 last night. You can see Garner police here investigating one of the buildings at the Comet Garner apartment complex right off of 401. Again, we're told that the man was shot and killed, and the person who allegedly shot that man was his girlfriend. Now, police have detained that woman at this point in time, but we're still trying to figure out what exactly led to this shooting. We're still trying to figure out if there was some sort of altercation before that gunfire erupted. Of course, we're going to keep working with the Garner Police Department to try to get more information, and as we get new details, we'll be sure to update you. Live in Garner, Nick Perlin, WRAL News.
More breaking news out of Wake County. A man was injured in a shooting in the eastern part of the county. Sheriff's deputies were called to Dulles Drive around 10:15 last night. That's between Rollsville and Zebulon. The man who was shot was taken to the hospital. He is expected to live.
Countdown is on for Thanksgiving. Millions of Americans will be heading to the airport or hitting the road this morning to make their destinations in time for the holiday. We have team coverage this morning monitoring the airport and the roads, so you're covered no matter how you're traveling. We start with Laura Levine at RDU International to tell us about the traffic and parking situation there. Laura, good morning.
Good morning, Jeff. The Thanksgiving holiday rush is underway here inside Terminal 2. We're not seeing any long lines just yet. However, we are beginning to see a lot of people arrive, check those bags in at this time. But I want to show you how things are looking. We had got some complaints from viewers late last night about the traffic backup overnight, especially here near Terminal 2. And like I said, we are seeing more people arrive here at the airport. So we do have the cars flowing in here at a nice and steady pace, not seeing any traffic backup backups. We do have the vehicles building in as people are dropping their loved ones off. And we will likely see more of this. Here's why. RDU parking lots are filling up pretty quickly. So more people are opting into ride shares and having people drop them off. Giving you an update right now on parking. We know that the Economy 3 parking lot is now 100% full. If you remember yesterday when we were reporting here, that parking lot was filling up pretty quickly. We also have the Premier, Central, and Express parking lots now over 70% full, so almost at capacity with those lots as well. When we talk about travel here at RDU, the airport is expecting more than 400,000 people to travel through RDU this week, according to a spokesperson. And that's compared to the 138,000 people who traveled through the airport last week. To give you an idea that travel is going to definitely pick up this week. So we're going to continue to monitor things here at RDU and give you a live look at the long lines, an update on parking, as well as if we're seeing any issues with cancellations and delays. Laura Levine, WRAL News, live at RDU.
New numbers released from AAA in the last 30 minutes show gas prices are down. This comes as today will be one of the busiest days on the road for holiday travelers. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey joins us live along I-95 in Johnston County. Kelsey, if people are driving today, they will definitely want to leave early.
Yes, Renee, we're expecting to see thousands of drivers here on I-95 over the next couple of days. And here's some good news for drivers. Gas prices are down. New numbers released by AAA in the last 30 minutes show that gas is $2.88 a gallon. That's nearly 20 cents cheaper than this time last year. Now let's talk about the best times to hit the road this week. The easiest way to avoid the worst of the traffic is to travel on Thanksgiving Day tomorrow. But you heard during our forecast that tomorrow is a WRAL weather alert day, so slick roads may be an issue. We spoke with AAA about the best times to start your road trip today.
If you can avoid those times, between maybe 1 p.m. and 6 p.m., that's when you're going to probably see the most congestion. You'll have kind of a mix of travelers and commuters, in those hours.
The best time for you to hit the road will be before 10 o'clock this morning. If you're filling up ahead of your trip, go to WRAL.com and search Fuel Tracker. That will give you the cheapest gas prices in our area. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Johnston County.
Since he's talking about the fuel tracker, we should probably show you what that looks like, right, on our website. If you look at this behind me, this is on WRAL's website. And essentially, I'm going to show you, it's actually these big box stores that have memberships. These are the ones you're going to see likely the cheapest gas prices that are there, but not necessarily just there, right? There's also a Circle K that has it as well. Lastly, remember to also check Gas Buddy if you're looking elsewhere across the United States. This is a look at South Carolina if you happen to be traveling there for the Thanksgiving holiday. $2.43 is what I'm seeing at a lot of different places, including Surfside Beach, Clemson, and other places as well. We'll be tracking gas and what flights are looking like elsewhere across the nation here in the WRAL Live Center.
New this morning, St. Augustine's University has hired an independent auditor to look into claims against board chair Brian Boulware. A lawsuit filed by a group called Save SAU accuses the board of making financial decisions that could force the school to close. They say Boulware benefited from a brokerage fee paid by the school on a $7 million loan. They also accuse him of wiring chunks of money with no records. State Attorney General's office is looking into those claims.
Tonight, another on-ramp to the new portion of NC 540 in southern Wake County is expected to open. The eastbound on-ramp from Bells Lake Road is scheduled to open at 6 p.m. New numbers from the state DOT show the new extension of 540 is getting a lot of traffic. The DOT says more than 5 million cars have passed under the toll gantries since the new section opened September 25th. On the busiest day, about 147,000 cars passed through. The DOT says the average cost of a trip on the new extension for drivers with an NC Quick Pass is $1.96.
A family in Washington state is trying to salvage what they can after a massive tree fell during a storm, splitting their cabin in half.
This place is just means the world to me, so it's tough to see it like this.
And we will hear from family members who say they were fortunate not to be inside the cabin at the time.
And Crabtree Valley Mall wants to make sure all shoppers are safe during the holiday rush. How the mall is stepping up security during this busy part of year.
And we'll give you this live look down Salem Street in Apex. Thanksgiving is a WRAL weather alert day, and meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner will tell us when and where we will see the chance for stronger storms tomorrow.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
4:43, we take a live look at what's happening out there right now. We will see increasing clouds. We're watching our next system, which doesn't arrive until tomorrow, but we'll see clouding up this afternoon. 42 in Durham and Raleigh is 44 in Fayetteville. So our temperatures are definitely cooler than they were this time yesterday when we started off in the 40s. We're not looking at any really cold air until Friday. So today and tomorrow we'll stay on the mild side. Temperatures likely to be anywhere from the low 30s in the north to mid 40s to low 50s down south for today. Headed out for grocery planning, you're going to be fine. There's no rain in our forecast for today, even though it'll be cloudier later on. Our high temperature at 63. Tomorrow's a WRAL weather alert day, and we'll walk through the timing of when the strong storms could come through. Coming up.
Elizabeth, thanks. It's going to get cold later this week with the chance for frost in the forecast. DOT workers in Wake County plan to test their equipment today to prepare for any future winter weather. Engineers will test the plows and the spreaders. They want to make sure the equipment is in good condition when they need it.
A family in Washington state has a lot to be thankful for this Thanksgiving. Last week, a storm brought down a 275-foot tree, splitting the McKelvey family's cabin in half. Look at this. Wow. This happened in Kingston, Washington, along the shores of the Puget Sound. And the one fortunate thing here, no one was home when the tree came crashing through. If that storm had happened a week later, the home would have been filled with the family celebrating Thanksgiving. The gravity of that is not lost on this family.
That tree would have gone right through everybody, and it's just so hard to think that not only I would be gone, but everybody, my grandparents, my uncle and aunt, like everybody would just be gone in a snap like that.
That is a giant tree, and the family is salvaging what they can from the home, but they say they're grateful for all they still have. They say they hope to rebuild, but plan to clear away a lot of trees first.
A missing persons case in Los Angeles has taken an unexpected turn. The father of a woman missing from Hawaii died while in LA looking for her. Hannah Kobayashi vanished in Los Angeles earlier this month. Authorities say she was flying home to Hawaii from New York, but did not get on her connecting flight in LA. Her family says she was in LA for several days until they last heard from her on November 11th, when she sent texts saying she had been tricked into giving away all her money.
She was afraid, and our sister was trying to get a hold of her. And then, unfortunately, she went dark.
Hannah's father says the body was found in a parking lot near the airport on Sunday. The medical examiner's office says he died by suicide. In a statement, the Kobayashi family calls his death a loss that has compounded the family's suffering immeasurably. Firefighters in Wake County are working to figure out what started a fire at a business in Garner. Crews responded to PC signs and graphics on Hines Drive just before 6 last night. Firefighters told us there was heavy smoke coming from the building when they got there. They were able to get the fire under control just before 6:30. The cause is under investigation.
Crabtree Valley Mall is working to keep its shoppers safe during the busy holiday season. The mall is partnering with Raleigh Police Department's security video sharing platform. It's called Connect Raleigh. The partnership is a move to increase response times and visibility inside and outside the mall. Connect Raleigh cameras are already in use all across the city of Raleigh.
As we head into the holidays, pay attention to where you're buying your presents from. Customs and Border Protection agents seized more than 3,000 counterfeit Gibson electric guitars this week. They were seized at the Los Angeles Long Beach Airport seaport. Gibson makes all its instruments in Nashville, Tennessee and Bozeman, Montana. Authorities say if the guitars were real, they would be worth an estimated $18 million. Agents say the guitars were likely going to be sold online. Patients and families at Duke Children's Hospital got quite the show. Yesterday was the hospital's second annual Thanksgiving parade. Wagons were turned into floats, turkeys were worn as headgear, balloons lined the hallways. Staff members at the hospital spent the past few weeks putting this parade together. What fun.
If you want to give back this holiday season, you can donate a coat to a child in need during WRAL's annual Coats for the Children campaign. We encourage you to donate new or gently used coats, hats, sweatshirts, or other warm clothing to support families in need. For a list of neighborhood Jiffy Lube drop-off locations or to make an online financial donation, you can go to WRAL.com/coats. 4:48 is the time right now on our Thanksgiving Eve, but we're all looking ahead to what the weather will be like. Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center timing it out for us there.
Yeah, we do have a WRAL weather alert day for tomorrow. We have a level 1 risk for severe storms. Would be a good idea to kind of watch your holiday decorations from 1 o'clock until around 6 o'clock. And this is a line that will move across the viewing area, so it's not going to be storming over you from 1 to 6. It'll just start in the west and move to the east. This is a look at our severe weather threat. It is for almost the entire viewing area. A few of our counties closer to Virginia, including Mecklenburg County, not included. But wind damage would be our biggest threat. We may see some hail, and an isolated tornado is not out of the question with the system. So it's back here. You can see this low, a warm front and a cold front along with it. It doesn't look like much just yet, but as it moves eastward later on today, it will develop a line of thunderstorms ahead of it, and that's going to push in here tomorrow afternoon. Let's start early tomorrow because, people are going to be out potentially driving to their holiday destination. At 5 o'clock, it's all quiet. There could be a quick shower in our northern counties by around 6 or 7 a.m. And then we really don't see that line of thunderstorms moving in until closer to 1 o'clock. So here's 9 a.m. Here's 11, 12. If you're doing a turkey trot tomorrow morning, you're going to be fine. Do double check before you go out and make sure this hasn't moved any faster. But the timing yesterday and today is consistent. So that gives us a lot of confidence in the timing of this system. So around 1 o'clock, it starts to move into the Sandhills. By 3 o'clock, we're seeing those showers and thunderstorms from the triangle area southward. And notice how we don't see as much activity up here near the Virginia line. It's really going to be, say, Durham, Raleigh, Rocky Mount, southward and eastward. By 5 o'clock, most of the storms have moved out with some lingering showers behind them, and then we'll end up with some clearing. So we have the potential for some gusty winds, some strong winds, some isolated wind damage reports, some large hail is possible, and an isolated tornado threat. Flooding's not likely. We're probably going to see around a half an inch of rain out of this. Again, turkey trot forecast, we should be just fine. Our potential for showers tomorrow morning is really minimal unless you're up near the Virginia line, so you should be good to go. Pretty shot here through downtown Raleigh. This is a look from our Sheraton camera at the lights in downtown Raleigh. 42 degrees is our current temperature, and we'll see 63 for Raleigh and Durham, 68 in Fayetteville. We will see increasing clouds, but today stays dry. We've been talking about the big chill that comes in this weekend. 47 Saturday, 51 Sunday, and then mid-40s for Monday and Tuesday. It's those overnight lows that are going to be really bitter down into the mid-20s for Monday and Tuesday mornings, and it's likely to be bitter Saturday and Sunday with the wind chill. It'll be a little bit breezy. It'll feel like mid to upper 20s. So some of the coldest air of the season is headed our way. Again, tomorrow for Thanksgiving, a WRAL weather alert day. After that, it is dry, but that cold air lasts well into next week.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Disney has agreed to settle a $43 million lawsuit. We'll explain how this could change how Disney employees are paid in the future. Plus,
from all of us on the International Space Station, Happy Thanksgiving!
A message from space, a special Thanksgiving message these astronauts gave from the International Space Station, and they'll give us a sneak peek of what a Thanksgiving meal in space looks like.
Disney is agreeing to pay $43 million to settle a gender pay lawsuit. The case involves nearly 9,000 women who claimed they received lower wages compared to their male counterparts. Disney did not admit fault, but says it is committed to paying workers fairly. A judge still needs to approve the settlement, but it could reshape how Disney pays employees in the future.
How about this for a huge surprise in Brooklyn? Folks there spotted a whale on the surface of the East River under the Brooklyn Bridge. This was Monday. First time a whale has been spotted in the East River since 2022. Two whales, a mother and calf, were spotted near New Jersey the day before this.
Exciting.
Yeah.
On the West Coast, people in Vancouver spotted a family of orcas swimming past high-rise buildings on the shoreline. Look, this video was taken by people that were on a ferry traveling on the False Creek Inlet near Vancouver's downtown. The whales were identified as a mother and 3 calves. Orcas are known to live in the waters off British Columbia, but rarely are they seen in Vancouver proper.
Awesome sight. In today's Hollywood Minute, we remember a legendary comedy director and writer. David Daniel has the story.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
A man who helped shape the sense of humor of a generation has died. His son tells Variety Airplane co-writer and co-director Jim Abrams passed away Tuesday. Abrams and his childhood friends Jerry and David Zucker made the Airplane and Naked Gun movies, among others. On his own, he directed Big Business, Welcome Home Roxy Carmichael, and Hot Shots. Jim Abrams was 80.
Where's my dad?
Something happened to him.
This is Interpol. You're in possession of stolen U.S. government property.
If you go to the police, he's dead. If you don't bring it to us, you are dead.
Phoebe Dynevor from Fair Play and Bridgerton learns her father was once a spy, and now she's in the middle of a mess in Inheritance. The official trailer for the international espionage thriller just dropped. Inheritance, directed by Neil Berger, arrives in theaters January 24th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
And a special Thanksgiving message from outer space. Listen to this.
Greetings from the International Space Station. Our crew up here just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to all our friends and family who are down on Earth and everyone who is supporting us.
Well, we just love hearing that. That was astronaut Sunny Williams. You heard speaking there. She and her fellow astronauts aboard the International Space Station plan to celebrate the holiday in space. I don't think they have much choice. They say they'll be chowing down on smoked turkey, Brussels sprouts, and butternut squash, along with some other sides.
Well, with just one day until Thanksgiving, thousands of people in North Carolina will be hitting the road today. What you can expect if you need to fill up your gas tank.
And holiday shopping is on people's minds, but the FBI wants you to be aware that some scams are prevalent this time of year, things you should check before handing over your credit card.